Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome everybody. We are in Lisbon, North Dakota for some Class B basketball tonight between the Napoleon Imperials against the homestanding Lisbon Broncos. Looking at tonight's game, Napoleon comes into this contest with a record of 2-2, coming off a busy week last week, opening up their season. They were busy right away after start on 28 November. They went out and played New Rockford Cheyenne and dropped that one by a score of 45-53. Then came back on Tuesday, the 29th of November, played another game, this one versus Ellendale, and won that one by a close one by a score of 47-43. Then played a pair of games at the end of the week on Thursday on the 1st of December. Lost another good contest out against Hettinger Scranton by a score of 55-65. And then came back Friday night with the win against Partial on their road trip out west by a score of 43-19. So Napoleon comes into this Class B game, girls basketball game, with an overall record of 2-2. And looking at the Lisbon Broncos, the Broncos right now sit at a season record of 0-2, opened up their season last week against Maple River, dropping that one by a score of 40-62. Not the outcome that the Broncos were looking for in their opening game. They're looking for a little bit of revenge, going back to that Region 1 contest, the last game of the season in the region tournament, and weren't able to close the deal on this one, dropped that one by a score of 40-62, and then played a District 5 opponent over there in Lemoore. That one was played in Lemoore last Friday night and lost that one by a score of 47-62. So Lisbon looking to rebound after their loss last week to Maple River and Lemoore, looking to increase their record, get their first win on the board. And Napoleon looking to increase their loss-win ratio. Right now they sit at 2-2. Lisbon sits at 0-2 going into tonight's game. Just looking at some of the overall records for Class B Region 1 right now, Central Cass and Kindred Central Cass, Kindred, and Northern Cass all sit at 2-0 in Region 1, undefeated so far in Region 1. And overall, Central Cass is 2-0, Kindred High School is 3-0, and Northern Cass High School is 2-0. Sargent County sits at 1-0 in the region, also 1-0 overall. Maple River sitting with a Region 1 record of 1-1 and overall 1-1. Oak Grove High School has yet to play a region contest. Their overall record right now is 1-1. Richland High School 0-1 in Region 1. Lisbon 0-1. Wyndmere, Lidgewood, Hankinson 0-1. Tri-State is 0-2, and Enderlin High School currently sits at 0-2 in Region 1. Looking at Region 3 at District 5 right now, Carrington sits with an overall record of 1-0. And just looking at the District 5 records right now, there has been no head-to-head as far as District 5 games. There have been some regional games, Region 3 games played against some of the District 6 opponents. But right now, Carrington, Edgeley, Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Oaks, Griggs, Mid-Dakota, Barnes County, Ellendale, all currently sitting with 0-0 records in District 5. Region overall right now, Griggs, Mid-Dakota has an 0-1 record, Barnes County 0-1 in Region 3, and then Ellendale also 0-2 in Region 3. And looking at District 6 for Region 3 girls basketball, Lytton HMB right now has a record of, in District 6, of 1-0. In Region 3 competition, they have a record of 1-0 overall with a 3-0 overall record. Medina Pingree has a Region 3 record of 1-0 overall, 2-0. Napoleon Gacko Streeter with that district win sit at 1-0, with that region win sit at 1-0 and overall 2-2. Kidder County 1-0 in Region 3, overall 1-1. South Border 1-0 in Region 3, overall 1-1, and then Strasburg Zeeland does have that game they played against Lytton HMB last week. They currently sit in District 6 at 0-1 in Region 3, overall 0-1 with an overall record of 1-1. So we'll go ahead and step away for a minute, take a break, and then we'll come back and get into our starting lineups for the the Class B girls basketball contest between the Napoleon Imperials and the Lisbon Broncos.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern's North Dakota's
Hey, welcome back to the Lisbon High School Gymnasium for our Class B girls basketball contest between the Napoleon Imperials and the Lisbon Broncos. Looking at our starting lineups for the visiting Napoleon Gacko Streeter Imperials. Starting at guard is 5'5" senior number 2 Sophie Ketterling. Starting at another guard is 5'5" senior number 4 Tanisha Kleppe. Starting at another guard at 5'5", another senior, number 24, Allison Zinker. All right, we'll go ahead and step away here, do our national anthem, and get back to our starting lineups. All right, getting back to our starting lineups. We'll just go back from the top with the Napoleon Gacko Streeter Imperials. All right, starting at guard position is 5'5" senior number 2 Sophie Ketterling. Starting at another guard position, 5'5" senior number 4 Tanisha Kleppe. Starting another guard position is 5'5" senior number 24 Allison Zinker. Starting at center is 5'9" junior number 21 Tegan Iberly. Starting at another guard position, 5'4" junior number 5 Tate McDowell. And going into the starting lineup for the Lisbon Broncos, starting at guard, 5'10" junior number 5 Ella Tui. Starting another guard position, 5'4" junior number 20 Kaya Sweet. Starting at forward is 5'10" junior number 14 Kyra Heckerl. Starting at forward, 5'8" junior number 21 Kendra Differding. And starting at another forward position is 5'10" junior number 23 Emerson Schultz. Just going back to the Lisbon girls basketball team, coming off last week, going 0-2 with their dropping their opening game against Maple River by a score of 40-62, and then dropping their game on Friday by a score of 47-62 at Lemoore. That was played against District Full Lemoore Lobos. Napoleon Gackel Streeter comes into this game tonight with the overall record of 2-2 out of District 6. Started their season last week with a blitz of games, playing 4 games last week. Picking up 2 wins, going 2-2 on the week. First game dropped their opener 45-53 to New Rockford Cheyenne. 29 on the Tuesday, 29 November, won by a score of 47-43 against Ellendale. On the 1st of December, dropped the game 55-65 on their road trip out west to Hettinger Scranton. And then on the 2nd of December, picked up a win 43-19 versus Partial. So we'll go ahead and step away for a quick break, and then we'll transition back into our game for the tip-off and get ready for some more high school Class B girls basketball.
Supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside.
All right, back here for opening tip-off. That is won by the Lisbon Broncos. Pass out to Sweet. As turnover on the pass attempt by the Broncos. A nice layup by number 21 for the Napoleon Imperials, number 21, Eberly. Eberly with their first basket of the night. Napoleon leads this one by a score of 2-0. The Tui bounce pass to the inside. Another turnover to a jump ball. Tui tried to bounce pass to the inside, and that was broken out by the Imperials. The Imperials will have possession of the jump ball. Ball handled by number 2, Ketterling. Steps out of bounds on the far side of the court, so a turnover back to the Broncos. That's Heckrell, swings it out to Differding. Differding drives in. Try to go through the back door and turns it over now on fast break by the Napoleon Imperials. Shot put up by number 4. Kleppe from Napoleon just rolls off the rim. Rebound by the Broncos. Heckrell on the rebound. It tosses it back out, drives the lane. Is Differding. Differding is fouled. So it'll be 2 shots. So on the shot attempt, driving the lane by Differding. That'll be the first team foul on Napoleon Piers. That ball is thrown away. And a race to the ball. It's picked up by Ketterling. Ketterling tosses it up, hits the backboard, no good. Last touch by the Broncos. Number 4, Kleppe for the Imperials, who inbound it, looking for an open teammate. Ball back to Kleppe. Pass to McDowell, now back to Eberly. Eberly passes it out to Kleppe. That was put up and in. So McDowell with their first basket of the game. Napoleon leads this one by a score of 4-0. Quickly turned over by the Broncos. Ketterling tried to get that ball back over to Kleppe. Kleppe couldn't handle it. Goes out of bounds, so Broncos back in possession. And Tui out to Heckrell, back to Tui. And Tui drives in. It bounced to the outside, then come back through the lane. And she's fouled. So that'd be the second team foul on the Imperials tonight. Tui's first shot attempt is no good. 2-second free throw attempt is no good. Bounces out the backside of the rim. Rebound by the Imperials. It's number 2, Ketterling. Ketterling passes it off to McDowell. McDowell swings it back over to Zinker. Zinker drives the lane. She gets called for traveling. Zinker just tried to force that one to the inside, driving through, ends up traveling, turns it over to the Broncos. And Tui passes it out, gives it to Differding, now back to Tui. Just across midcourt. Tui passes it to Heckrow. Back to nice pass to Sweet, then handled by Tui. Tui tried to get back to Sweet. Napoleon on the fast break. Ball was knocked out of the hands of the Imperials. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Broncos. An inbounds pass from Kleppe to Zanker. The ball is taken away by Heckrow. Over to Sweet. Or excuse me, that was to Schultz. And back to Tui. Tui gets called for traveling. Another turnover by the Broncos on that travel. Ball inbound by Kleppe over to Ketterling. This is back to Zanker and then passed into Eberle again. So that's first personal foul and first team foul by the Broncos. And the inbound pass. Heckrow comes up with the steal for the Broncos. Tui dribbling down. Just to the near side, swings it out, passes it to Sweet. Sweet puts it up for 3. That bounces off, rolls off the front of the rim. Heckrow had it momentarily, now swung out. The Imperials on the fast break. Layup shot, puts it in. That's 2 points for Ketterling, her first basket of the night. So Lisbon right now scoreless here in the first quarter. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Napoleon Imperials lead this one by a score of 6-0. All right, got our scoreboard turned back on, so little technical difficulties. We're back up. Score is 6-0 first quarter, 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Timeout by the Broncos. All right, now Lisbon dinged with 1 team foul. Napoleon Gackle Streeter 2 team fouls. A series of turnovers by the Broncos kind of been the story of the first quarter, just not able to get any offensive momentum going. Napoleon playing tough defense over there, double teaming on the defensive side. Now we got another substitution. That's Tui going back in for the Broncos. It's Kleppe over to Zinker. Zinker sweeps it over to Ketterling. That shot was put up by Kleppe. It bounces off the rim. Now Schultz comes down with the rebound for the Broncos. He passed over to Tui. Tui brings it across midcourt. It's still 6-0 here in the first quarter. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. That shot put up and blocked by the Imperials. And back to Heckrow comes up with it. It looks like we have a foul. So it'll be the third team foul on the Napoleon Imperials. That falls on number 2. So that's Ketterling's second personal foul. That ball put in on the inbounds. Heckrell scores on the layup, and she's fouled in the shot. So the 2 points count. So Lisbon on the board here at 3:05 in the first quarter. He's at the free throw line to shoot one. That ball is up, no good, off the front of the rim, rebound by the Imperials. Another steal by Heckrell. Heckrell got her hands up, was able to block that pass attempt into Schultz. Schultz puts it back up and in, so Schultz on the board for the Broncos, and all the score is 6-4. Well, Lisbon now finding a little bit of momentum in, on the offensive side. A shot from the three-point line put up just off the backside of the rim. Rebound by the Imperials. Driving in is Kleppe. Kleppe not able to find anything underneath the backboard. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Imperials. Tui inbounds it to number 10. Or excuse me, to Sweet, number 20, Sweet. Sweet passes it back out to Tui. Tui looking for somebody on the near side of the court. Momentarily knocked away. Tui drives into the lane, back to Schultz. Schultz for 3 points. Hits the backboard, bounces off the rim. Now Tui back in for the jump ball, ties it up. That should be Broncos possession. On the jump ball, so Broncos maintaining possession. That inbound pass is thrown away by Broncos. Heckrell hustling down, gets a hand up there, but that's not in time. A fast break layup for number 4, Kleppe. Kleppe with the first 2 points of the game. Brings the score 8-4. Fast break attempt layup put up there by number 5. McDowell comes away with the fast break layup, so 2 more points for McDowell. The score is now 10-4 in favor of the Imperials. The scoring coming in bunches now for the Broncos and the Imperials. That ball, good defense by the Imperials, stolen. They're tipped away by Tui. That's a foul on number 5, so Tui fouls, so that's their first foul, second team foul for the Broncos. Down to a minute 19 to go in this first quarter. Napoleon Imperials lead this one by a score of 10-4. Napoleon working their fast break. Most of their points, I think all 10 of their points have come off of fast break layups. The ball passed inside to number 21. No foul, just tipped out of bounds by Heckrell. Heckrell and Eberle going at it underneath the boards. A little collision there on the near side of the court. Yeah, Eberle gets it back out. That shot's put up. Rebound by Heckrell. He's able to hand that ball off to Differding. Differding gets it out to Sweet. Sweet brings it across half court. Sweet driving in, looking for Differding just across the middle. That ball is picked off by Ketterling. Ketterling drives through the lane into the layup, and she's fouled. So third team foul on the Broncos. That foul is on number 20, Kaya Sweet. That is her first personal foul. 37.9 seconds to go. Score is 12-4 in favor of the Imperials. That ball was put up. It's no good. It's thrown away by number 2, Ketterling, just over the fingertips of Eberle, not able to come down with it. Ball goes out of bounds. Ball brought across half court by number 20 for the Broncos, Sweets. Sweet looking to pass it. She gets it over to Differding. Differding looking for Heckrell in the center of the lane, then back to Schultz. And knocked out by the Imperials. Hey, Kleppe back with the fast break, pushing it downfield. Just using their speed right now to on the defensive and offensive side for the Imperials. That ball is knocked away by the Broncos. So Bria Sweet will inbound it for Lisbon, passed over to Tui. And Tui gets it over to Differding. Differding drives the lane. She's fouled. Differding driving the lane, and she is fouled. That is on number 3, Emma Ketterling. So Ketterling picks up the foul. That's the 5th team foul. So that free throw is good by Differding. Moves the score 12-5 in favor of the Imperials. Another shot put up by Differding. That one just rolls off the backside of the rim. And that's the end of the first quarter. We'll go ahead and break away for a quick minute timeout, pay some bills, but your Lisbon Broncos down in this one by a score of 12-5. We'll have to go ahead and step away for a minute timeout and come back for the second quarter of play.
In Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more.
All right, welcome back to the Lisbon High School Gymnasium for a Class B girls basketball contest between the Lisbon Broncos and Napoleon Imperials in the second quarter of play. Napoleon leads this one by a score of 12-5. Ball swung out to McDowell or to Kleppe. Kleppe gets it into Eberly. Eberly working against Heckrow. She puts it up. She's going to be fouled. So that is a foul by Heckrow. So that is Heckrow's second personal foul, 14 fouls on the Broncos. That ball is put up, and it is good for Eberly. Another free throw attempt by Eberly. That one is good. Moves the score 14-5 in favor of the Napoleon Imperials. Ball brought out by Tui. Tui gets it over to Sweet. Sweet has Schultz underneath the rim, but it's just a little bit overthrown. Too much on that ball. Schultz not able to come down with it. Turnover by the Broncos. The Imperials bringing across half court, working the ball quickly, moving across half court. They ended up turning it over. That's Tui, passes it over to Sweet. Little pickup set up there by Differding. Differding. And Sweet gets that ball to Schultz. Schultz puts it up, but no good. Another fast break by the Imperials. Imperials moving the ball down the court, and she's fouled. So that foul will go against Sweet. That'd be 5 team fouls on the Broncos. That is the second personal foul on Kaya Sweet. Substitutions going in for both teams. So that's number 4, Wortman, coming in for the Broncos. She takes the place of number 20, Sweet. That shot is put up and no good. And Zinker comes back in for the Imperials. in for number 5, McDowell. And on the shot, Imperials maintain possession. The ball last touched by the Broncos. There's Schultz on Eberly, double team by the Broncos. Tui and Schultz took care of that, able to turn over Eberly. Broncos pushing the ball downfield to Wertman. Wertman works it inside to Differding. Differding puts it up. It's stripped away by Eberly. Eberly hands it off to Zinker. Zinker pushes it over to Ketterling. And Ketterling gets it all. That's 2 points. Put up by number 1, Jada Schwarzenberger. So Schwarzenberger coming away with 2 points. The ball turned over by the Broncos again. That ball's passed out to Ketterling. Ketterling puts it up, 2 more points. The score now 18-5. We got a timeout by the Broncos. So after that free throw by Differding, it's been all Napoleon Imperials. We'll go ahead and break away for another 30-second timeout.
Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always.
All right, back here at the Lisbon High School gymnasium on that last basket by the Imperials and the timeout by the Broncos. That shot put up by Wertman, 3-point shot put up by Wertman. He misses on that rebound by Differding. Differding tries to push that ball inside to Tui. Fast break by the Imperials over to McDowell. The ball tipped away by the Broncos. Broncos pick up the rebound. Wertman gets it out to Differding. Differding just in front of the 3-point line. That ball in and out, no good. Tui on Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger able to drive it through the lane, picks up 2-point layup. So 2 more points for Schwarzenberger coming off the bench. Differding sweeps it out for Tui. Tui puts up 3-pointer, no good. Rolls off the back of the rim. Looks like we have a foul on the inside. So that was a offensive foul called that on Brea Sweet. Pushing off on the Broncos. The score is now 20-5 in favor of the Imperials. A basket put up and 2 more points for the Imperials. Now score 22-5. Three-point attempt put up by Tui. Now pass break back, push back out to Ketterling. Ketterling drives the lane, puts it up and in for 2 more points. The score is now 24-5 in favor of the Imperials. Imperials working that fast break. Right now the Broncos have no answer for it. Napoleon steals it again. And driving the lane again is Ketterling. Ketterling puts it back up again for 2 more points. Right now Ketterling has 8 points on the day. Your Broncos get it back in, throw it out to Differding. Differding back to Tui, into Schultz. Schultz puts up 3, just not finding the net on those 3-pointers right now for the Broncos. And that's tied up. Looks like we have a foul. So 21 called on Differding, on number 21, Differding. So that is the 7th team foul by the Broncos. So that sends Eberly to the free throw line. So Eberly at the free throw line for the Broncos. Eberle puts it up, bounces out. Rebound by Heckrell. Heckrell passes it out. And back to Heckrell. A collision here in midcourt. Broncos get the ball back. A good pressure put on by the Imperials. And working that full court press, able to pressure the Broncos into almost turning over. That gets ball back to Heckrell. Heckrell pushes it out to Sweet. Sweet from three, and that was good for Sweet. So Kaya Sweet comes up with the three-pointer for the Broncos. The first three-pointer of the night by either team. Pushes the score 26-8 in favor of the Imperials. Ball pushed back into Eberle. Eberle, nice move to the inside by Eberle. Puts it up and in, so 2 points in the foul. The score is now 28-8. So foul by the Broncos. 18 fouls in this first quarter, or excuse me, this first half of play by the Broncos. So Eberle to the free throw line. The 3:38 to go in the second quarter. That rolls out around the rim and out. Rebound by Heckrell. Good pressure by the Imperials on the outside. Back to Tui. Tui looking for Heckrell. Heckrell across the middle inside. Gets it back out to Sweet. The ball is put up just off the rim. Parker Ursink with the shot there. Ball bounces off the front of the rim. Now turned back over by the Imperials. And back to Ursink. Ursink has Wertman. Wertman underneath the basket puts it up. 2 points for Wertman. Or excuse me, that's number 10, Kaya Sweet. So 2 more points for the Broncos. Broncos now in double digits on the board. Scores 28-10 in favor of the Imperials. 2:37 to go in the first half of play. We're in the second quarter. A ball put up from the three-point line. And nothing but air on that three-point attempt. The ball is turned over to the Broncos. And in for the Broncos, that's Paige Zimperance. Inbounds to Tui. Tui gets it over to Schultz. Schultz looking, trying to find some room in the outside. That ball back over to Ursink. A stifling defense by the Imperials, and should be fouled. That foul is on number 4, Kleppe. So it is a 16 foul by the Imperials. Ketterling back in the game for the Imperials. A ball inbounded to Ursink. The ball back to Ursink, driving the inside. She's going to pick up. That's a tie it up. So it's a jump ball. The possession goes back to the Broncos on that possession arrow. The back in for the Broncos is Differding. Number 21, Differding, back in for the Broncos. Here's Schultz looking to inbound it. Has Ursink. The bounce pass just a little bit too much on that. That fast break now out to Kleppe. Kleppe drives in, puts it up and in. Now Eberle gets the rebound. An offensive rebound for Eberle. She puts it back up and in, so 2 more points for Eberle. Imperials up to a 20-point lead. That ball is put up and in by Tui. Tui with the sky hook on the near baseline. Puts it up and in for 2 points. And a defensive play there by Schultz. Schultz knocks it away. It turns over by the Imperial. Tui moving it down court. As the Ursink. Ursink over to Tui. Gets it to Schultz. Back to Differding. And Differding drives lane, puts it up. Oh, just in and out. Rolls in and out on Differding. Had the touch on it. Just not able to get it go down. Blocked by Ursink. And Ketterling is fouled by Ursink. Just didn't get her feet set. In good position to disrupt that shot. Just didn't get her feet set. So that's her first personal foul on Ursink. 9th team foul for the Broncos. And that one is good by Ketterling. So 31-12 with 53 seconds to go in this second quarter. That one again put up and good. So now 32-12. And Tui cross center court passes it over to Differding. And Differding into Ersink. The ball tied up underneath the basket. And we will have a foul, so that'll be the 7th team foul on the Imperials. So it's Kleppy's 3rd personal foul on the night. It's the 7th team foul in this first half by the Imperials. It sends Ersink to the line. The Schwarzenberger back in for Napoleon Imperials. And Kleppy goes to the bench with the three personal fouls. Put up by Ersink just off the front of the rim. And Tui with the defense there, pressuring man-to-man on that press. It bounces off her foot, goes out of bounds. The Broncos pull back across mid-stripe, down to 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Ball's bounced out, put up and in. A nice play by Zinker. Zinker drove the lane, rolled it up off her fingertips for 2 points. It's 34-12 now in favor of the Imperials. And Differding with the ball, knocked away by the Imperials. Good defense by McDowell. McDowell steals it away, drives the lane, puts it up and in for 2 points. The Broncos holding it downfield. That shot put up and no good. So after your first quarter of play, Napoleon Imperials lead this one by a score of 36-12 over the Lisbon Broncos. We'll go ahead and step away, come back with some of your halftime stats, and then get ready for our second half of play. So from the Lisbon Gymnasium, we're at halftime now by a score of 36-12.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today.
All right, welcome back to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We're here at halftime. This Class B girls basketball contest between the Napoleon Imperials and Lisbon Broncos. Looking at our First half stats for the Lisbon Broncos as far as the scoring. Number 5, Tui, in the first half came away with 2 points. Lisbon is led by Sweet with that three-pointer, the lone three-pointer of the game by Sweet. She has 3 points on the night. Heckrell for the Broncos center has 2 points. Differding picking up a 3 points on the board with 1 point. And Emerson Schultz also with the basket picking up 2 points for the Broncos. And then coming off the bench is Bria Sweet. Sweet putting in a basket in that first half for 2 points. That totaling up Lisbon's 12 points on the game as far as the first half. Looking at the Napoleon Imperials, they're led by number 21, Eberly. Eberly coming away, working the inside and the fast breaks for the Napoleon Imperials. Winning that battle so far with Heckrell underneath the boards on the offensive and defensive side. She currently has 12 points. Also in double digits is number 2, Ketterling. Ketterling coming away with 10 points. Also throwing in a couple of free throws. Should mention Eberly also going 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Ketterling going 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Both of those scores in double digits tonight, with Eberly edging out teammate Ketterling 12-10 in the first half. And going back into the scoring, McDowell picking up 4 points for the Napoleon Imperials, and coming off the bench for Napoleon is Schwarzenberger with 4 points, and also Kleppe for the Imperials coming away with 2 points, along with number 24 Zinker. So that wraps up the scoring in the first half for the Napoleon Imperials and the Lisbon Broncos. Kind of the name of the game as far as the Napoleon Imperials is just their fast break opportunity, being able to push that ball down court. Lisbon not able to get back fast enough on defense to stop any of the fast break opportunities or get enough pressure on the Imperials to break up that momentum. The Imperials right now lead by a score of 36-12. So we'll go ahead, step away for another timeout, pay a few more bills, then we'll come back for our second half play between the Napoleon Imperials and the Lisbon Broncos.
Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
All right, welcome back to Lisbon Gymnasium. Back here on our Bank North scoreboard, and Napoleon Imperials lead this Class B, North Dakota Class B girls basketball contest by a score of 36-12. Lisbon came into this game overall 0-2, dropping 2 games last week. First game on Tuesday, dropped that one to Maple River by a score of 40-62. Then went over to Lemoore played District 5. Lemoore Lobos dropped that one by a score of 47-62. Napoleon Imperials came into this contest with an overall record of 2-2 out of District 6. They played 4 games last week, opening up the season. So big blitz by the Imperials. This seems to have paid off here in tonight's contest. They're finding a lot of rhythm and being able to capitalize on their fast break. But on 28 November, they dropped their first game of the season by a score of 45-53 to New Rockford Cheyenne. On 29 November, picked up a win against the Ellendale Cardinals by a score of 47-43. On Thursday, went out west, played Hettinger Scranton, and dropped that game by a score of 55-65, and close out the road trip. Picked up a win against Partial by a score of 43-19. So on the night, leading all scorers in tonight's game is number 21 Eberly from the Napoleon Imperials, picking up 12 points in that first half. That's followed by a double digits by your teammate Ketterling. Leading scorers for the Napoleon Imperials. Lisbon's led by number 3 Kaya Sweet. Sweet sinking a 3-pointer in that first half, so she leads the Lisbon scores with her 3-point basket. The balanced scoring, if you look at the positive for the Broncos, they have balanced scoring. All the starters on the board for the Broncos. Tui with 2 points, Sweet with that 3-pointer. Heckrell with the basket, Differding scoring from the free throw line, and also Schultz putting in a basket for the Lisbon Broncos. And coming off the bench is Bria Sweet picking up 2 points. And kind of a spark for the Broncos on the defensive side coming off the bench is Ursink. Ursink came in and got Lisbon on a roll, picking up a couple steals and being able to push that ball. Good ball handling by Ursink. Lisbon is able to come away with 3 baskets and helping them to get up past the double digit mark into the 12 points on the board. So starting our second half, Napoleon Imperials have the ball. That ball passed back over to Kleppe. Kleppe pushes it back over to McDowell. McDowell clear cross court, nice cross court pass, but that ball's thrown away to Eberly. Eberly picks it back up. Good offensive play by Eberly. The ball thrown away. Eberly comes up with it, puts 2 points on the board. So Eberly now with 14 points on the night. Tui comes in, drives the lane, puts it up and in. So Tui, 2 more points for Tui. Score now 38-14. Tui with 4 points on the night. Ball turned over by the Imperials. Heckrell gets it back to Tui. Tui puts it back up. A little bit hard, too hard off the glass. Rebound by Schultz. Ball's knocked away. Last touch by the Imperials. Schultz did the right thing on that. He got the rebound, put it back up and in. Knocked away by the Imperials. Broncos maintain possession. So we have a timeout here. Let's step away for another 30-second timeout. Come back right now. Our score in the third quarter of play is 38-14 in favor of the Imperials.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
My name is Joe.
The inbounds pass by the Broncos. Tui looking for an open player. She found Schultz. Schultz puts it up on the inbound. The ball's tied up and looks like a foul on Schultz. Schultz missed the ball, grabbed the arm of Eberly, and picks up their first team foul of the second half on Schultz. Ball moved down by Ketterling. Ketterling gets it to Eberly. Eberly puts it up and in. Off the backside of the rim. The offensive rebound. Eberly gets her own rebounds, tied up by the Broncos. Broncos maintain or get back possession on that possession arrow. An inbound pass from Tui to Differding. A long inbound pass from Tui to Differding. It's knocked away by McDowell. Yeah, Sweet gets it down low to Differding. Differding gets it out to Heckrell. Heckrell puts it up too hard off the glass. It's brought down by the Imperials. Heckrell still playing defense. Good pressure by Heckrell. She ties it up. And that ball will go back over to the Imperials on the possession. The inbound pass from Kleppe over to Ketterling. Ketterling brings it across half court. Over to Eberly. Eberly drives in, puts it up and in for 2 more points. Eberly on the night with 16. That's a travel. It's like a travel by Sweet. And no pressure by the Broncos. The ball over to Eberly. Eberly's looking inside. Drives in. It's tied up by Schultz. That ball will go back over to the Broncos. Good defensive play by Schultz. Eberly driving in. Schultz reaches down, grabs the ball, ties it up. Broncos get possession. Inbound to Heckrell. Heckrell looking for Sweet. And Sweet all to Tui, back from Tui to Sweet. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Tui drives the lane, has Sweet on the outside, just a little bit. Pass just a little bit off the mark. That's put up by Sweet, so Sweet picks up 3 more points. Another 3-pointer by Sweet. So 40-17 is the score. Sweet with 6 points leads the score for the Lisbon Broncos with both 3-pointers. A rebound by the Broncos by Heckrell. Heckrell gets it to Sweet. Sweet pushes it over to Schultz. Schultz driving in. Back to Tui. Tui for 3. It's rebound, offensive rebound by Heckrell. Heckrell puts it up for 2 points. So Heckrell with 4 on the night. Score now 40-19. Lisbon on a 5-roll run back to Eberly. Yeah, Eberly tied up. Possession arrow stays with Napoleon. We got substitute coming in for Napoleon. So that's number 22. So Allie Gross going in for Kleppe. Ketterly looking to inbound it, gets it off to Zinker. Pass is stolen by Schultz. Now Schultz got her hand on it, tips it out of bounds. The last person to touch it was the Broncos. McDowell looking to inbound it, gets it over to Zinker. Zinker back to McDowell. McDowell drives in, puts it up. She's fouled. McDowell driving in along the backside. Baseline puts it up and fouled by the Broncos. McDowell puts it up and in. McDowell puts both free throws up and in. Now has 6 points on the night for McDowell. Tui driving in, that ball stolen away by Ketterling. Ketterling brings it down court, backs out, gets the ball over to McDowell. McDowell back over to Zinker. Ketterling thinks about it, drives in, and she is fouled. So that foul goes against the Broncos on number 14, Kyra Heckrell. That's third team foul of the half for Lisbon. And 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. from the three-point line. That's just off the front side of the rim. That shot put up by Ketterling. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession for the Broncos. Tui gets it into Sweet. And back to Tui to Heckrell. Everly comes in, steals the ball away. That goes out of bounds. Last touch by Napoleon. Yeah, Tui brings it down court looking for Heckrell. Heckrell drives in underneath the basket, gets it to Schultz. Schultz puts it up. She's fouled. So Schultz followed by number 22, Allie Gross. First team foul on Napoleon in the second half. Well, Emerson Schultz puts her first free throw up and in. Schultz with their second shot out the backside of the rim. Rebound by the Imperials. Napoleon up now by 22. A pass underneath the basket. That's put up by Gross. Gross had a couple attempts at it. She's fouled. So it's the fourth team foul on the Broncos in the second half. That foul goes on Heckrell. Oh, Gross puts the first shot up and in. She's on the board for the night for the Imperials with the free throw. Her second shot is up and in. So 2 points for Gross on the night. Ursink back in for the Broncos. Heckrell goes out. Tui pressure by the Imperials. It tipped away by Napoleon, but then fouled by number 5. Goes on McDowell. So substitutions into the game for the Napoleon. It's like Schwarzenberger back in for Napoleon. That ball to Sweet. Sweet gets it out to Schultz. Schultz from the three-point line. Ball off the backside of the rim. Out to Tui. Schwarzenberger gets it over to Kleppe. Now back to Schwarzenberger. Kleppe swings it out to Eberly. Eberly from the three-point line that puts it up. It bounces in and out. Rebound by the Broncos. Knocked away by Gross. It looks like last touch by the Broncos. So Napoleon maintains possession. The turnover by Napoleon. Lisbon's ball. And Tui back to Sweet. Tui brings it out across half court. Looking to drive in. Looking for Sweet underneath. She steps out of bounds. So 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Score, we're behind here, 44-20 in favor of Napoleon. Another substitute for Lisbon. So we got Wertman and Sweet in for the Broncos. The score 44-20 in favor of the Imperials. They inbound to Eberly. Eberly brings it back across half court. It puts up the three-pointer. It bounces out and in. Rebound to Schultz. Schultz with the spin move across half court. Drives in and puts it up and in. So 2 points for Schultz. Schultz with 5 points on the night. She'll go to the free throw line for the Broncos. That is the third team foul for the Imperials. The Schultz on the night from the free throw line is 1 for 2. The first shot puts it up and in. Now 2 for 3 on the night for Schultz. Napoleon quickly down court. Pass out to Eberle. Eberle looking for someone to hand it off to. She gets it out to Kleppe. Kleppe to Schwarzenberger. Over to Zinker. Zinker has an open player in the inside. Back to Eberle. Yeah, Eberle puts it up and in. 2 more points for Eberle. She has 18 on the night. Oh, pushing. Looks like a pushing on Eberle. Oh, excuse me. So that'll go on Kleppe. So that's Kleppe's 4th personal foul in the night. 4th team foul of the second half for the Imperials. So Sweet looking to inbound it. Gets it over to Ersink. Ersink puts it up off the backside of the rim. Schultz there ties it up. The possession goes back to the Broncos. Schultz with 6 points tonight for Lisbon. Inbound pass to Schultz. Schultz puts it up and in, knocked away by Eberle. The last touch by Eberle. So Sweet looking to inbound. It out to Wertman. Wertman looking for Schultz. That's knocked away by Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger gets that out to Ketterling. Ketterling drives in, puts it up. A double dribble by Ketterling. It turned over to the Broncos. So Wertman inbounds it to Sweet. Final 45 seconds of the third quarter. Score 45-23. And ball turned over. Eberle on the fast break, lays it up. A little bit too hard off the underside of the rim and backboard. Lisbon now on the fast break. It knocked away by Schwarzenberger. Then tipped last touch by the Broncos. So Schwarzenberger with the hustle and defensive play knocks it out of bounds. Broncos turned it over. Yeah, looking for Zinker. Zinker on top of the key, drives it in for 2. Zinker, 2 points for Zinker. 47-23. That'll end the third corner. 47-23 at the end of the third quarter. We'll go ahead and step away for another 30-second timeout. Come back for your last quarter of play between the Napoleon Imperials and the Lisbon Broncos.
Raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Riverside Building Center in...
Hey, welcome back to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Here at their Class B, North Dakota Class B girls basketball contest between Napoleon Imperials. Napoleon lead this one by a score of 47-23. Napoleon took the early lead in the first quarter and has not looked back the entire game. The leading all scorers tonight is number 21, Eberle from Napoleon Imperials with 18 points on the night. Followed up by number 2, Ketterling with 10 points. And also held scoreless in the second half by the Broncos. Leading the Broncos, pair of Broncos, is number 23 Schultz with 6 points, and number 20 Sweet with 6 points for the Lisbon Broncos. Echo drives the lane, puts it up a little bit too hard. Off the near side of the rim. Napoleon gets it out. Past to Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger over to Zinker. Zinker gets it over to Ketterling. Now back to Zinker, now to Schwarzenberger. And getting set back up in their offense to Schwarzenberger. She finds some space over there on the far side. Just in and out, rebound by Heckrow. So that foul is on Zinker. So a 15 foul on the Imperials. 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Shot put up by Schultz. Schultz with now unofficially 7 points on the night. He 3 for 4 from the free throw line. His second shot put up, bounces off the front of the rim. Rebound by Differding. Differding puts it up. She's fouled. So a 16 foul on the Napoleon Imperials in the second half. That foul goes against number 3, Ketterling. Differding shooting for 2. Her first free throw is put up and in. Differding with her second point on the night. She's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Or excuse me, 2 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. And substitutes in for the Imperials. Second free throw by Differding. And a false start. Into the lane by the Imperials, doesn't matter. Differding sinks her second free throw attempt. She has 3 points on the night. Now 3 for 4 from the free throw line for Differding. Napoleon working the ball around the top of the key. That ball pushed back out to Kleppe. Kleppe gets it over to Ketterling. Ketterling puts it up from 3-point. That is good. So 3 points for Ketterling. Ketterling now with 13 points in the game. And Ketterling again drives the lane, puts 2 up. So right now, Ketterling 5 unanswered points for the Imperials. Tui puts it up, bounces in and out. Ketterling now with 15 points on the night. A pass to Eberly. Eberly puts it up a little bit too hard. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up and in. So Eberly on the night now has 20 points, unofficially 20 points. In double digits along with her teammate. Ketterling with 15 points on the night. Be the 16 foul. Excuse me, the 7th team foul on the Imperials tonight. So that's 2 shots for Sweet. Sweet misses her first free throw attempt. A substitute into the game. So Bria Sweet into the game for the Broncos. Sweet's second free throw shot attempt, puts it up and in. Now has 7 points on the night for Sweet, also with 2 3-pointers. Ketterling from Napoleon also knocking down a 3-pointer for the Imperials. And ball swung out. Now given to Eberly. Eberly drives through. Puts it up off the backboard for 2 points. So Eberly now with 22 points on the night. A 56-27 score. And ball to Eberly. Eberly to Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger thinks about it. Now kicks the ball out to McDowell. McDowell over to Kleppe. Ball's off the far side of the rim over to Tui. Tui has Sweet underneath the basket. Puts it up a little bit too hard, but it goes in for 2 for Sweet. So Bria Sweet, 2 more points coming off the bench for the Broncos. Has 4 on the night. That ball from Schwarzenberger over to McDowell. Back to Schwarzenberger. Puts it up from 3-point land. So Schwarzenberger with 3 points. So Schwarzenberger putting up a 3-pointer for the Imperials. Yeah, 3:17 to go in this fourth quarter. Napoleon leads this one by 30 by a score of 59-29. Inbounds by the Imperials. Head over to Zinker. Zinker steps behind the 3-point line just off the front of the rim. Fast break opportunity for the Broncos to Heckrow. Heckrow not able to come back down with that. Took a couple bad bounces on Heckrow. Heckrow not able to grab it. And more substitutes in for the Broncos. So Coonsey, Wertman, Sweet, and Ursink in for the Broncos along with Zimprich. That pass over to Zinker. Zinker down to Schwarzenberger, back to Zinker. Zinker from 3-point land. A little bit too hard off the glass. They're Gross with the rebound out to Schwarzenberger. Pulls it back down. So we have a 5th team foul on the Broncos. 59-29 score, 2:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Out to Zinker. They're driving the lane, putting it up just a little bit too hard off the glass. This is McDowell. Broncos come down with the rebound. That pass to Zimprich over to Ursink, now to Wertman. Wertman puts it up in 3 points off the front side of the rim. Schwarzenberger comes down with the rebound, so substitutes coming in for the Napoleon Imperials. Bank North scoreboard. Napoleon leads this one by a score of 59-29. Napoleon on the night, or in this second half, has 17 fouls. Lisbon has 5. Yeah, Eberly with 22 points, number 21 Eberly for the Napoleon Imperials with 22 points on the night. Your teammate Ketterling with 15. Leading all scorers is Eberly with 22. A rebound by the Broncos. Wertman comes down with it. They're looking for an open player over at Kemple on the far side. Just overthrows her. That is Leah Schwarzenberger. Over to Spurley. And Spurley gets it to Piatz. And back over to Spurley. It's taken away by Coonsey. Coonsey over to Wertman. Has Zimprich. Looks like she's travel on Zimprich. Just a little bit of momentum carried her an extra step on that pass. The last 20 seconds of this game in the fourth quarter, Napoleon Imperials lead this one by 30, 59-29. And Napoleon setting it up for the last basket of the game. Last 10 seconds to go. Spurley looking, drives in, puts it up, bounces off. Wertman has it. She's going to put it up and in. That pass to Kempel just a little bit too late. That'll end the game. The Napoleon Imperials walk away with this one by a score of 59-29. We'll go ahead and step away for a 30-second break and then come back. Wrap this game up on your Bank North scoreboard with some second half and game time stats, and then call it a night.
Dakota is Southeastern's North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683.
All right, welcome back to Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Just wrapping up on the Bank North scoreboard. Your Lisbon Broncos go down in defeat in this Class B, North Dakota Class B girls basketball contest by a score of 59-29 in Napoleon Imperials. Lisbon drops to 0-3 overall. Napoleon improves to 3-2 out in District 6. You're looking at your scoring for the Lisbon Broncos. They're led tonight unofficially by Emerson Schultz. Schultz picking up 7 points on the night for the Lisbon Broncos. A couple, 3 other players for the Broncos scoring 4 points, with Bria Sweet coming off the bench scoring 4 points, along with Tui and Heckrell scoring 4 points apiece. Then going back, I should mention Kaya Sweet. Forgot to mention her. She did have 7 points on the night. Put down 2 3-pointers and then also a free throw for 7 points on the night for Kaya Sweet. And Kendra Differding going 3 for 4 from the free throw line, picking up 3 points for the Broncos. And going into Napoleon Imperials, leading all scorers tonight in double digits was Eberly from Napoleon, putting down 22 points. And followed by our teammate Ketterling putting away 15 points for the Napoleon Imperials, both in double digits tonight. Klepia have her down for 2 points unofficially, along with Zinker with 6. McDowell for Napoleon scoring 6 points. And coming off the bench is Schwarzenberger scoring 7 points, along with Gross with 2 points or 2 free throws for 2 points. Got 3-pointers on the night. 1 for Schwarzenberger, 1 for Ketterling for the Imperials, and then for the Broncos, it was Kaya Sweet knocking down 2 3-pointers for the Lisbon Broncos, along with, that's it, just 2 3-pointers for Lisbon tonight. So for Kaya Sweet, so 4 total for the game. And up on your Bank North scoreboard, Napoleon Imperials win this one by a score of 59-29. So Lisbon goes to 0-3 overall. Napoleon improves their record to 3-2. Lisbon is back in action on the girls' basketball side. So they're back with a home game. That'll be at Lisbon against Sargent County. So that is a home game against Sargent County. That is on that is on the 8th. Or let me see. Sorry, I got that wrong one. Yep, that is on the 8th. So that's against Sargent County. That'll be 7:30 back here at Lisbon High School Gymnasium. So that'll wrap things up from Lisbon, North Dakota. Your Lisbon Broncos go down in defeat by a score of 59-29. Signing off from the LHS Gymnasium, I am sports announcer guy Brent Dick, and along with my cameraman for the night, Lincoln Adair. Have a good night.